Oh, so now it's in yellow instead of in green. This thing is weird. Okay, well, I'm live streaming, guys, and this thing here is just so. How come I can't? Oh, there it is. Okay, so I'm gonna do something right now. Hold it on. Hold on. Okay, so um, hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to this week's live stream, or I mean, not this week's live stream. I just came here to live stream, and I'm gonna tell you what's going on. Okay. Okay. Um. Okay, we're back. So let me get through this a little bit quick. So what I'm gonna say is that the last 2 weeks has been very bad for me. Okay, I'll repeat that again. The last 2 weeks have been horrible. Okay, so I'll get this straight off the bat and I'll say it. Um, so my sister came back. So you guys know that my sister used to be here all the time in. Hold on, wait a minute. Okay, whatever. So, um, my sister came back, and hmm, hold on. Oh yeah, here we go. Chat. Okay, so there it is. So let me see this again. Hold on, cause it's so strange. I had the chat off. Okay, so I'm chatting. I mean, I'm not liking this up. Am I able to chat or I mean, um. Oh, okay. There it is. There it is. There it is. There it is. Okay. Okay. There. So somebody chatted. They said hello. Okay. Because that's how it is. So let's see. Let's see how it goes. Oh, okay. So they did chat. Okay. So let me say something right now. Um. Okay. So my sister left like 3 4 years ago. She left the house, the parents' house, the family house. She said, "Oh, she told my parents, oh, she said my mother and father or parents or however you want to say it, it's up to you. So they, so what happened was that what happened was that um, she left because she found her boyfriend or she found this guy like most young people do nowadays. They find each other on Instagram. They find each other on Facebook. They find each other on these dating apps like Tinder and POF and I'll be honest, okay? I've used that app before. I've used all these apps before, but the thing is that I'm not the type of person that really likes to be in the app and then message people and then you never know if it's them. You never know if it's a dude behind it. You never know anything. So that's why I stay away from all of that. And I still stay away from that even through like Facebook and all these other apps that are out there because I'll be honest, I've used them all. Okay, I've used them all, but I've not been like serious, like 100%. Be like, I'm gonna use this app and I'm gonna use it to date someone. No, I just used it like, here and there. It's like just like a joke of an app, just to like I have like when I have nothing else to do or I don't feel like doing anything. Okay, so let's get back to it. So you see my sister, like those of you that were subscribed to my food channel, you knew about my sister. Like, oh, she did the food videos with me, like a couple of them, one or two. She had her own YouTube channel, and it was great. Okay, it was great. Don't get me wrong. So let me. Okay, so this video looks tight. Okay, so let me, because I'm watching it on my other device. I have another device here in the background, and I'm able to watch it. but not without volume, because then if I put volume, then it just looks horrible. So it says that um there's like two people watching this. So what I don't like about this app is that it says there's two people watching on my other device, but then when you're here, it says no one is watching. So I'm a little bit confused with that. So let me get back to it. So my sister left with this guy that she said, "Oh, it's going to be my boyfriend." So um so what happened was that this guy, she left with him, and to tell you the truth, she did not finish high school. Okay, she was a high school dropout. I'll be honest and I'll say that. Okay, so you saw the cups in the background. Okay, so I just got a message or something that I had to respond. Let me say this again. So she left, and she came back a couple of times saying, "I'm gonna be a good kid," because she left without us knowing that she had a boyfriend. Okay, like that was back in like when she was like 18 or like very young, like when I was like maybe I think I was like barely like 19 when she was like already like 20 something. No, to be honest, she was like 17 while I was like um I don't know. I don't remember how old I was, but she left. Okay? And the thing is that she just left without us knowing who the guy was. We don't know if he was like it could be a rapist, he could be someone who has her like locked up in a room or something. We don't know anything. Okay? And I'm the type of guy that says, if you're gonna be with someone, you have to be with someone who is going to help you out. You're not going to be with some guy that's just what, I want to eat some hot Cheetos, I want to drink some soda, and I want to be sitting on the couch all day watching movies and smoking pot and drinking beer and doing all kinds of crazy like stuff that um hold on. Okay, so there it is. There is sound, because I was gonna say there's no sound in this video. So I'll be honest. Yeah, like I thought she was gonna find someone who at least cared enough to work for her, or to, if she didn't work, if she didn't work, then okay, my bad. Okay, so um I thought this guy was gonna be at least a decent guy. Um, he came back. She came back by herself, and she said, "I'm gonna." She told my mother and father, "Oh, I'm gonna live here. I'm gonna be a good kid. I'm not going to go back with the guy anymore, or whoever I was with." And then, like, long behold, she just disappeared again. She just left out the door and said, "Adios, adios. I don't want anything with you, and I'm going with the guy." So she's been living with the guy for like 3 4 years. And what's the issue that I have with my sister is that she's the type of person that you tell her something and she's like, "F you," and middle finger, and I'm gonna punch you, and I'm gonna sock you, and I'm gonna go crazy if you don't let me do what I want. Like, you know, young people, or younger generations, that they think they can do whatever they want, and they could use their cell phone and text whoever they want, and have random guys and random people or random ladies, depending on the gender. Oh, I feel like this, I feel like that, and I can do whatever I want. And I'll be honest, like, I mean, you get into that kind of situation, like your mind state is like, yep, I understand. You want that, you want you feel that way. I know, because I've felt like in certain ways the same way. Where I'm like, oh, I'm texting my girlfriend, I'm texting somebody, and I'm exclusive. I I'm not with her 24/7, while I'm in high school. I'm not 24/7, so I'm texting her. I'm doing these chats back and forth and being like, I want to see you here, I want to see you there. At 3 p.m. we're gonna, depending on if you go to the same school or not, because like in high school, like um I, I remember like having a girlfriend that was like um from another school. So when you text it's like, oh, 3 p.m. we'll meet here, or at 2 p.m. we'll meet here, and we're gonna have this good time and yada yada. So that's what I'm saying. Like you get into it, you get into that state of saying, yeah, I understand. But like I said, she has the temper. She has like a short fuse that if you tell her something that's like doesn't fit with her ideology or with like her own way, it just doesn't it just doesn't work. So that's the crazy part. It just doesn't work that way. It doesn't go great. Like she just like says, if you tell me this, if you tell me to do this, like say if I have a plate of cereal and she's and like say she has a plate of cereal on the table, and our mother says, oh, pick up that plate, and she doesn't want to do it. She says, I'm leaving if you tell me to do this, or I'm breaking this so I could be kicked out of the house. Okay, so she left. Like I said, she came back. Like I said, to the mother and father's house, and it was like that. It was just like, um, that's just the way it is. It was just like, I'm gonna be a good kid again, and it was just a lie. She just wanted stuff like the easy way. Like, I'm coming here whenever I feel like coming to the house, and because I don't have money anymore. Because neither of these two, like idiots, they don't have they don't have a job. Okay, they depend on grandma and uncle, the grandma and the uncle, to feed them and to give them food and money, and to expect the government to give them welfare and not welfare, but like what is it, EBT and food stamps and all these other systems, these things that they're giving out for free to like millions of people. But my thing, and I do have this thing to say, this negative thing to say. I'm like, am I against it? Am I against someone getting like welfare and food stamps and EBT and getting disability and getting all these other like monetary funds? I'm like, no, actually not. I'm actually for people to get it. Okay? But let me explain this. Since this video may be taken down for what I'm going to say though. What happens is that the government rapes you all the time with taxes. They rape you with like this whole world is here to rape you, and they're here to rape you. They're here to rape you and take as much money as they can from you. They see you having a little bit of cash. Let's say you have like um you have a little bit of cash, and they tax you. They do all kinds of stuff that is crazy. Like the same thing with like your cell phone plans and your internet plan. It's like all these companies, the government, they're here to try to take as much money as they can from you, and they don't care if you can pay it or not. They're like, here, you're gonna pay us this amount of money because you made this amount of money this year. So we're gonna take 50. We're gonna take like maybe 40% of your earnings. Like, come on, that's not great. That's not great. That's the reason most people are homeless. But like I said, I'm not against someone getting all these government assistant programs. Okay. My bad. I touched something on the screen. I touched something on the screen. So That's the truth. Um, I'm not against someone getting government help or assistance. I'm not against it, okay? But what I am against, or because the reason I'm not against this, because like the government rapes you all the time. All these companies rape you. Of the health insurance is a rape because what? It's not you're gonna go get a pill and it's not free. They're going to say, oh, you pay like 50, 60, or $100 depending on the medication you need. So they're like, so I'm not saying that it's I'm not saying that it's getting government assistance is a bad thing. But what I am saying though is that I would rather like for me for example, like when you have a job, you're like, we're gonna do as many things as we can to make the money and not depend on the government to say, like this middle finger to say, we're like middle fingering the government with, I mean, let me start it over. I'm the type of guy that says work is the best way to make money. So you work and get have multiple jobs in order to try to feed yourself. Not depend on government all the time, like 100% of the time, and say, oh, the government can save me. Like I make like $300 a month with the government help, and then like this is what the guy does. This guy that my sister's with, that calls the boyfriend. You know that this guy doesn't drive. He doesn't. He doesn't drive. He doesn't even. He's not respectful. He is not like someone who's like, someone you can say, oh, we can help this guy because he's trying. He's doing his best to look for a home, look for a place, a stable place to live. So what happens that I feel is that my sister has been with this guy for 3, 4, 5 years already, and every time my father is the guy that says, he's the type of man that says, you're coming back home if this guy is abusive or if this guy is not fitting the rules or the thing of life, saying, oh, I'm going to work, I'm going to try to look for a home, I'm going to learn to drive, and I'm going to have something successful for myself, something that works. No, this guy is like, I'm staying home all day, watching movies, watching TV, pretending like I know how to play guitar, and listen to the Beatles, and say my favorite group is U2, and I'm gonna learn to play like Jimmy Page and like whoever he wants to play. And then what happens is that like he has a guitar that's like $200. Like say, oh, he has a guitar that's $200, but he's like, this guitar is trash. I don't know what's wrong with this guitar. It's trash. I want the guitar that has the Beatles name, or like I wanted to have Paul McCartney's name on the guitar. $3, $4,000 or $10,000 guitar with his name. Like, for what? What the heck do you want the guitar for if all you're going to do is just like, it's the same thing as a like a 300, 400 dollar guitar. I have a $200 guitar and I'm fine with it. Um, I'm taking it slow though, like learning guitar, but when it comes to it, like when I get better, when I know better from the guitar, that's when I'm getting a good guitar, a decent $500, $600 or maybe $1,000 guitar, something that I can play and I cherish. Not something like this guy that says, "Oh, I need a $3,000 guitar because it has the Beatles name in it." And then this is the thing that I heard from this guy, because he's a you basically just have to call him a loser because um you're like you want to try to train this guy to be a something in life, but he says, oh, it's too hard, oh, it's boring. You know that you do realize that there's no job that most people like. There's none. Like most people say, oh, screw this, all these jobs are trash, but I still gotta do it because I still want to make the money, I still want to make the cash, the feria. Okay, so that's what angers me, because this guy is like, oh, I get to do whatever I want because I'm a human being and I have every right in the world to do whatever I want. There's no one out there that's going to stop me and going to say, that's going to stop me and say, oh, you can't do this, you can't do that. And look at, so let me go back to what I was saying in the beginning of this live stream. Okay, okay, my bad. I touched something again. So let me be honest. So this guy came with my sister. They He came over to my home this time. Okay, he came over to my home, and I'll say something. He stayed here because I was like, oh, um, I'm gonna be there by myself or something. I don't know how it came up that she was here. I think because she lives in LA, okay, East LA, where it's like trash, a trash area. Because I've been all through East LA, and I'm not going to say being around homeless people is like amazing. It's the future for my for kids. It's a future. It's a future uh for younger generations to see homeless people and be around the homeless people and be part of homelessness. Um, no, no. So she lives in East LA. For those of you that know East Los Angeles, which is she lives like, what is it that I can say that's like, I think she's close to like, she's like a couple of miles from like East LA College. Okay, she's like a couple of miles, like maybe 6 7 miles from East LA College. So that's how I have to say it. Um, so I've never been to it, but he explained to us. He explained to me, and then he explained to my parents, to my mother and father on their own time. Like this, they said, you my you know that I don't have a home for my own. You know I'm living with my grandmother, and this house is falling apart. Like this whole house is like ready to be demolished. It looks like it could be demolished. So okay, I'm like on my own time, like when we were here alone, like without my sister, when my sister was in the restroom or something, he explained. So I'm like, okay, yeah, I understand that. I understand that the houses are going down, but I'm like, do you have a job or something, dude? Do you have a job? He's like, I'm looking for a job, and looking for a job is like this. In 10 years, I'm gonna get the job. Oh, maybe when I lose this house, I'm gonna get a job. Like his grandmother is sick. His uncle is what? Nothing. He's a nobody. He's just like another one of those people that decide that, oh, I'm gonna just have sex with my wife or with my woman and hope that she can get welfare and benefits to support us. I'm not going to get a job. I'm just gonna be a bum, another pot smoker or another cigarette smoker, and just sit all day at home and sleep and take a dump in the restroom, and that's my life. You think that's like something fun to say? Something that it's gonna be futuristic, like for the future? And then every time that you talk to this guy, okay, let me see something though. Let me see something though here. I just got a message here. Okay, so okay, I'm seeing there was a message, but let me just go back and play this video, the same video that I'm here. Okay, so let me explain. So, like I said, he's not willing to spend, not even to fix up the house. Like the house is a tiny house because everybody knows East LA, Montebello, um, like El Sereno, Boyle Heights, City Terrace, Compton, South LA, all those places. There's not nice houses like West LA by MacArthur Park. There's no houses that are amazing that you say, oh, Kim Kardashian can buy a house there, or um, Snoop Dogg's going to live in what is it, in West LA or in East Los Angeles. He's gonna buy a nice house. Are you crazy? He's not buying anything there. So you know the structure of homes there. You can look that up yourself if you're not from the area. Look up East LA. Look up um, City of Commerce. Look up Montebello. Look that up, and you'll see most houses are tiny. Okay, and the government is going to be putting more homes even in those areas. So I don't know what to tell you about that. But like I said, he came and he explained to me and he said, oh, I don't have this. So I'm like, why don't you get yourself a job then? I'm looking for a job. Yeah, like I said, these jobs, like 100 years from now, what? When are you getting this job? Because it's not going anywhere. And the thing is that I've heard him call on the phone. The times he was here, he's like, I'm gonna get the job here with the Asians. Do you realize that there's Latinos and there's a bunch of Asians out there that want to use you for cheap. They want to use you so they could pay you cheap. So they could say, "Oh, the minimum wage is what? I don't know. I don't even know if it's $15 the minimum wage. Like whatever the minimum wage is. I think it's like $15, or like the government refuses to give people like $15 because that's just how it is. But these people do not pay you well. These Asians and even the Mexican community is not gonna pay you well. Like working for a Mexican, I don't think you're gonna be paid well. They want to pay you the cheapest they can for your labor. Okay, so I remember my father, like maybe 10, 15 years ago. He worked in East LA for as a mechanic for these Asian people, and these Asian people were like, "Oh, you're a good worker. You're a good worker, dude. You're a good employee. You you know a lot about mechanic stuff." So he was a mechanic and he could fix every car, every single thing that was wrong with the car. He could fix it. He couldn't fix it like say in one day because like he had to test it out and be like, is this the problem? Is that the problem? Is this the problem? It's not like from one day to the next you're like, oh, in the same hour. Oh, I know how to fix this. I know what's the problem. I mean, he did know, but when it was like something like very like a major issue, um, that's where he needed a little bit more work with his computers and stuff. But he eventually got to it and fixed it up and said, "This is how you fix this. This is how you fix the engine. You have engine problems. I'll fix it for you." Or because he grew up as a mechanic. Like he went to school to be a mechanic because he thought he was gonna have his own business and have it be successful. Even though I'll be honest, he he was a mechanic, but this is the thing is that maybe he didn't want to be like this is something that I would have loved for my father to do, like be a mechanic, have his own place as a mechanic, and maybe do like some people be like YouTube, this thing, create YouTube videos and create stuff like that. That's what I would have loved for my father to do. Maybe he could have been great. Maybe he could have made tons of money by having YouTube and doing these videos of mechanic work and all these things. But I guess not. And I've told them before. I told them why when you're a truck driver, why don't you just go in the trucking business and get your YouTube and run through it. Show these people how it is to be a mechanic. I mean, not mechanic. Be a truck driver. And he refuses to get on YouTube. Like my mother's on YouTube. My sister at one point was on YouTube, and then she came back to YouTube again, like after with a different channel, and she just quit because she was trying to do like the same thing that I was doing. Like, oh, I'm doing the food videos. I'm doing the food videos. I'm doing the food videos. While my mother was like the type of person that did more of her religious videos and more of like vloggings, like sort of vloggings, like oh, and the day in the life of going to the park or going to the beach or doing something like that. So that's still her thing. Like she's not fully YouTube yet, but she's still doing here and there YouTube, like once in a while YouTube, once in a while, like I give her tips, like I text her and like you do this to make it better, because she's not, this is the issue with my mother, is that she is not a tech person. She's not going to be the type of person that knows how to edit a video, how to save a video into a computer or into a hard drive or something like that. She's not that way. I'll be honest. She doesn't know any of these things to say, um, I'll help you. I mean, I know how to do these things. Like me, I learned all these things: how to save a video, how to edit a video. Even when I'm editing a video, I'm like, my computer is garbage, so I'm like, um, I'll edit a video as basic as possible. But if I had a computer, like I want a MacBook, which I'm trying to save up for a MacBook, and I'll eventually get it. But it's because like people spend like $5,000-6,000 on a MacBook, and I'm like, I'm probably gonna go and get a MacBook Air. I'll probably get a cheap MacBook Air or something, like something really like basic, something that I'm probably I'm probably getting a MacBook Air, something that's really really cheap that I could just say, uh, it works. It works to edit videos. I don't need intensive stuff, just something that works to edit videos. Okay, so that's how it is. So let's get back to it. The thing that I didn't like about this guy, okay? I'll tell you right. Okay, my bad again. Yes, I'll be honest. He came over here and it was all great. We're like, oh, I'll drive you, dude. Because he said, because my sister's the one that brought him. But the thing is that they came in a taxi, okay? Okay, they came in a taxi on their own. They just said, oh, we'll be there. And they were here. Because I didn't believe them, because they used to tell my mother and my father all the time, like 3 4 years ago, oh, I'm going home. So my father apparently told her, yeah, come home. And it never happened. She never came home, like to say, I'm gonna live here and I'm gonna be a good kid and I'm gonna come back and do like the normal stuff that most people do, get a job, work, and see what they can do in life. But no, she never came back. So I said, I don't believe that you're coming. And then she sent the picture, and then she was here. So it's like $200 is what the guy wanted for the taxi. So I drove, and what happens is that this guy, he was like getting angry and becoming violent, because he said, look, I drove these two guys from LA all the way to the Inland Empire, which is 30-40 miles, okay, about 30 to 40 miles, and I won my $250. These guys are here and they have no money, because like they make like $200 a month, like $250. If they had the $300 a month, and they would just spend that on that taxi. Like, come on, it wasn't even Uber. It was just like one of those city cabs, and I had to give him the darn 300, the 250 or whatever the guy wanted, because What? Oh, I'll call the cops. I'll sue you if because these guys like I didn't tell them to come. I didn't say please come here and we'll have a good time. No. And they came. Everything seemed great at first. Oh, can you please take us to Jack? We're gonna get something at Jack, and that's how it is. Like late night Jack. Oh, 3 in the morning. Not 3 in the morning, to be honest. It was like 10 or like 11, 11, almost midnight. And they said, let's go to Jack. So we went to Jack and everything was great. And we fed them, I fed them pizza and I let them have their good time. And long behold, um, that wasn't it. Long and behold, that wasn't it. The guy became violent on his own. He became like Mr. My Freedom. He said, My freedom, my bad. He said, My freedom, here, I get to do whatever I want. So what? Let me tell you the bad things by having him as a guest. Okay, so they brought two dogs, okay? And what happens is that they sleep with those two dogs. They want the dogs in the house, okay? I have dogs, okay? But I'm not going to say that I have them inside. I leave them outside because they're outside dogs. There were some people are the type of people that say, "Oh, I want the dogs inside the house. I want them on my bed. I want them on my sofa. I want them on my table. I want them here. I want them there." Okay, fine. That's you. That's you. You get to do whatever you want. If you want to have them there, have them there. It's um, I'm not going to say no. That's you. That's your home. But me, I'm the type of person that wants to have it clean. So if I have guests or something over, which I'm probably gonna have guests, maybe in the coming weeks or so. No, no way, no way am I going to say that I want dogs in here and so they could poop and take a dump and pee all over the tables and covers and everything and have dog hair inside. So I said, no, you can have your dogs outside. And then the guy got all crazy and said, "Oh, but you gotta let my dogs in. I'm the guest here. I get to do what I want. You when we live in our house, we get to leave the dogs in our bed and we get to let them poop and pee on our bed. Like we're letting you, I'm letting you a bed in the room, and the problem is that it's like my sister kind of felt like she didn't want to go home. She wanted to stay here for a couple of days. So I'm like, okay, you can be here for 2, 3 days, and then you can go back home if you want to go home. So I never said you can stay here for as long as you want. No, the guy was annoying. The guy ended up being annoying. He said, "Oh, the pizza you gave me got me like during these 3 days or 2 days he was here. I'm like, you gotta go home. You gotta freaking go home and leave me alone." Because he got annoying. He said, "Oh, I can use your TV. I'm gonna put it at 100% volume. I'm gonna have a guitar and be making noise at 3 in the morning." Like this area that I'm living in is a silent area. There's not noise. That's the beauty of this area. That's beautiful. I live in the area where there's no noise. There's nothing ghetto, nothing, no garbage here. Okay, so this is a silent area. This is not a place where you come and make noise and think that it's East LA. Like for those that don't know East LA, it's like have you seen in the movies that people stay outside and they listen to music at 3 in the morning. They have parties at any time of the day. They park wherever they want to park and throw trash on the ground if they want. Dude, I'm I'm actually lucky because I don't get to experience any of that crap anymore. Even in Montebello, it was starting to become like very bad with people throwing stuff on the ground, breaking stuff, having people stealing and shooting and it became like another East LA. Why? Because Montebello is a couple of miles away from East LA, and then you have the stuff from Compton. You have the stuff um, Southgate. You have all these other cities that surround Montebello, like El Sereno, Lincoln Heights, Boyle Heights, City Terrace, um, and that is not good. Right here, um, right here you have Pomona. Okay, you have Pomona, but Pomona is, let me see. Okay, well, yes, I understood that, dude. You said Downey is better. Yes, I totally agree. I mean, I don't agree 100% that Downey is better. I've been there. I was looking to move there. Okay, I was looking to move to Downey, but with the situation that I was in a couple of years ago, um, I didn't end up moving to Downey. But yes, I've been to Downey, and I was I was looking for a home in Downey from my current home in Montebello, but it didn't happen because every time I went, oh, we have a house that we can show you the house. Okay, show me the house. What's the issue? Um, we already have like 3 4 people in line to purchase this house. We have like 10 people in line to purchase this house. So I'm like, at the same time, like, at the time of this guy showing homes, I was like, you better not keep me in Montebello too long um because what happened was that I explained this many times since this investigation is already over, is that there was a drive-by shooting one night, and I reported it to the police. I'm like, I I was shot at. Okay, did anything happen to me? No. Then I'm like, you gotta get me out of here because this is like the first shooting I've been in, and it's I don't want to die. So what I heard was that many shootings happened around that area, but I never experienced it. So I'm like, okay, well, it doesn't really matter. Nothing has happened to me, so I'm gonna live here for as long as I can in Montebello, and then if I want to move, I just move to another place in Montebello, or wherever I want, and have a good time. But it wasn't, because I'm the one that said, look, you better get me out of here, find me a house anywhere that is at least decent. I don't want to go to East LA. Like I said, no El Sereno, because that's what the guy wanted. He said, oh, you could go to East LA, right, just past City of Commerce, right there where Target, um, yeah, just Target, because there's nothing else really there anymore. Right there on Whittier. He said, "Oh, you can move to Whittier, and you just move past the Whittier sign, and then you have a nice house there." And I'm like, "No, I want to move to Downey, and Downey has to be it." And based on the time frame that we had, we were running out of time, because I said, "Look, you're not putting this house on. You're not putting this house on no you're not selling my house. You're not selling the house while I look for the house. No, you're selling the house pronto, and you're kicking me out even without finding a home." So I said, you gotta look for Downey, and we did find multiple in Downey, but the same thing, like, the real estate agent said, yeah, we found these in Downey. This is the price range. You're good to go. Go look at the house, like it, tell me, I'll go show you the house. You'll go buy it. It seemed that simple, but then after he said, no, sir, you can't buy it because there's already like 20 people in front of you in line. It's a lottery if you want to get it. So I'm like, oh, crap, man. Find me another house in Downey. Find me another house in Downey. Find me another house in Downey. And time was almost running out, so I'm like, this sucks. Go find me something in another city then. I'm like, the farthest I'm willing to go from LA, because I love LA. Don't get me wrong, I love LA. Like, I would rather be in like Downey if I could. Better than living here in like uh, living here in Pomona, Upland, Rancho Cucamonga, um, what's the other one? Jurupa Valley, Ontario. Like all these places are no good. Like what is there to do in reality? Like what's something fun to do? Basically nothing. All you can do is what? Uh, just go to Ontario Mills, go to just basically go to this place what's it called Victoria Gardens. Other than that, what is there to do? Like basically nothing. Like basically all desert areas, all spacious though, and silent. That's one good thing. So I'm like, because the guy really said, oh, you know, the vendor, he's the real estate agent. He said, you know that I could get you a nice decent house out there in Palm Springs. That's how it was. He said, go. I found something in Palm Springs. You're gonna have a swimming pool. You're gonna have a big yard, a nice house. I'm like, no, I don't want to live out there, because what is there? I mean, this is my experience. I've been to all these places. I've been to Palm Springs. I've been to Menifee. I've been to um, San Jacinto, San Bernardino. I've been to Hesperia. I've been to Las Vegas. Like driving, as a driving, not as in I flew to these places. No, I've been to these areas in California. I said Las Vegas, but that's like the farthest I've been in the. I mean, I've been to Colorado in the car, but that was like many years ago when I went with my mother and father. But that's not it. I'm saying like now I've been to Menifee. I've been to like I said, San Jacinto. I've been to Riverside. I've been to all these places, and I'm like, I'm an LA. I'm an LA person. I've been here all my life in LA. I'm not going to feel the same if I say I moved to um, Chicago. Like it's not gonna be like the same thing. It's not the same to me. So I'm like Downey. Oh, that's a nice area. Downey is good. Downey's beautiful. Come on, sell me in Downey, dude. Real estate agent, sell me. So I'm like, yeah, I was okay with Downey. I've been in Downey all my life. Also, I lived there maybe 2 years or so in Downey. So that's the thing. I lived in Montebello, but I've always traveled to Downey. To be honest, like I've gone to Best Buy in Downey. I've gone to Stonewood Center in Downey. I even got my car in Downey at a Toyota of Downey, or Penske Toyota. Um, I used to like going to golf and stuff, which is like right next door to Downey in Norwalk. Um, like I said, Stonewood Center, pretty nice. Stonewood Center. I've been to like all these places. I love Downey. Don't get me wrong, I loved it. I wish I could have got a house in Downey, but now that I'm here, I'm like, this house is nice. It's decent. It's a nice area, but like, is there anything to do here? Probably not. There's like really nothing to do. So, um, that's why I moved, because I had a drive by shooting. If not, I would have stayed in Montebello. But getting back to the thing is like I said, this guy was a nuisance. He was annoying. Like every time I gave him food. I said, look, you want this pizza, because we went to Little Caesars to get the pizza. All of us went to Little Caesars, got the pizza, and we ate it. And long story short, it actually wasn't great. It actually was bad because he said, "Oh, I got sick. All the food you've been giving me is sick. You give me water that's dirty. You're giving me this. You're not letting me have my light on all night and have my windows open all night and let them open the door and have freedom to leave the door open." Like, come on, dude. Yeah, I mean, because let me explain this. Because in his house, he's like that. He's like, I get to open my door, I get to leave it open, I get to leave my windows open, I get to leave the whole house open. Really? You don't lock up your doors? You don't do anything? No. Leave the front door open, leave the back door open, leave the windows open, um, leave everything open. So he came here and said, "Oh, 3 in the morning, I'm gonna listen to loud music. I'm going to go outside at 12 midnight and play guitar out there, and I'm gonna take a shower whenever I feel like taking a shower. I'm not even gonna let you know that I'm gonna shower. I'm gonna make a big mess in the restroom, clog up the toilets. I'm gonna be doing all these things." So I'm like, "Oh my Lord, get that, go home, go home." I'm like, "You gotta go home, because uh, you're the guy that's supposed to be supporting my sister." Oh, but we went to a like an antique store, okay? And when he went to the antique store, he looked at music CDs or vinyls, and he looked at all kinds of things, and he said, "Look, could you buy it for me? Could you buy me all these records? Could you buy me this jacket? Could you buy me this soda? Can you go take me to Jack and buy me the triple the triple Whopper sandwich, or whatever the thing, like the biggest sandwich there is?" I'm like, "Come on, dude. You gotta support yourself. You don't have me to buy you, like the like take you to freaking um what's this place, Krispy Kreme, and buy you a whole box of donuts for yourself, like $30 donuts, because like the ones he got were like $20, like for 6 donuts or so, like 20 something bucks. Like, oh man, like, come on. I'm like, it's fine that we buy you food like once, but not like, it's good that I buy you food once, but not to be, "Oh, I need you to do whatever I want to do. If I want to go to sleep at 3 in the morning, you stay awake, and and let me leave my light on. Let me listen to the loud TV, listen to the TV like at 100%, and listen to, like, play my guitar and make a lot of noise, and eat what take me out to eat every single day, and at all times take me out to eat, and buy me my meal, buy me my large meal." Oh Lord, that wasn't a good thing. I'm like, "You gotta go home, dude. Go home." And when you didn't buy him the things, he would go like this: "You schmuck. You don't want to buy me anything, man." And then when I drove him to the place, the refrigerator is making noise. But let me say it. Um, he would say, "Oh, take me, take me to eat." Okay, yeah, we'll take you one time. We'll go. I drove, and then all of a sudden he said, "Oh, why you sit me in the back? I have to sit in the front. This isn't Rosa Parks. You gotta do whatever I want to do. How come you're not letting me get my freedom?" Oh man, this guy was like a bossy person that didn't have money, that said, "You gotta do what I want to do. You gotta let me just have my freedom. If I want to eat this, I'll eat this." So he got all sick and started vomiting in the restroom and having convulsions in the restroom, and complaining. So I said, "You go home." And I took him home, and that was the end of that. So what I'm trying to say is that this guy is not a person that you want to be around. You don't want to be around this guy. This guy has no money. He has no future. He doesn't think of a future. He doesn't think of even doing anything in life. He's just expecting the government to support him. So that's what I'm saying. Like, I'd rather be on my own. That's the best freedom I have. Be on my own, and I get to do what I want, what I think is right. No, I'm not perfect, but I'm just saying that whatever I do here has been great. I don't have anybody to tell me, "You can't eat cereal," or "You can't eat pizza," or "You can't eat a hamburger." unless if my health tells me not to eat those things. But I'm not like eating that stuff anyways, like every single day. So that's about it. So that's all I have to say, guys. That um, having a guest, like having a guy that's a guest, no, no, no way. If it's family, then I would say, yeah, maybe you could stay here if you behave. If not, you have to go home. So it's like a pick and choose kind of deal. So that's about it, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you guys for watching this live stream. Our live stream probably later on or something. And that's about it.